All right, everybody. This is a Friday, the end of the week, and today's show is kind of an inspired kind of a show, if that makes sense to anybody. It's inspired. So anybody sees like the thumbnail will notice some of it is based on the show that I saw a couple days ago. Some of these band members actually have ghost and a UFO experiences. Some of them believe in it, kind of like we did with the actors on Wednesday. Now, of course, I didn't see Keith Richards. I don't think, the man of Rolling Stones wasn't with the stadium tour, which probably would have been kicked ass if they were. That'd be pretty awesome. But I liked a 30-second video of what Keith Richards said about aliens. Does he believe they walk among us? Rikki Rockett's been known, the drummer of Poison, been known to dabble into the paranormal, which he actually has a YouTube channel, not with the million people, just like 20,000, which is still a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
He does actually horror stories, and Vince Neil of Motley Crue's actually been on Ghost Hunters. I'm sorry, Ghost Adventures. He was actually on an episode of Ghost Adventures in when they were investigating one of the rundown hotels in Las Vegas. And he actually has a sad story, which I'm going to show a clip of the video. There is a copyright on it, but not a copyright where it takes it down. I thought it was worth it because it does show his personal feelings of his paranormal conversation he had with the woman, which is really sad and kind of a one that you wish that nobody has to go through, because we all have loss in our lives. Right. But there's a different when we hate. My parents are both passed away, but when it's your own kid, it should never happen. You should go before your kid, hands down.
Absolutely, man. Terrible.
It's just hands down, and
I don't even want to think about that.
Yeah, it's something you don't ever want to think about. So I got some videos, and why I'm bringing this up, why I'm showing it, because a couple of days ago. Actually, here I got a couple pictures, not a whole lot of pictures.
I actually just sent you a picture. If you want to meet Keith Richards, he's one of my dad's very good friends. I just sent you the picture.
I'm going to show it. This is the stadium tour at a baseball field. I've never been to a concert at a baseball field. So they keep the diamond safe. I was wondering how they do that, and the show is basically surrounded. Now, for me, you can't see it, but the way where my wife and I was at, it was so fucking awesome, because we were like, since I have a disability, I'm allowed to have certain kind of seats. So I got the seat where I had a metal bar in front of me.
Yeah.
My own wife's section. Nobody on the right of me. Nobody on the left of me. Nobody behind me.
Epic.
I mean, it's, even though I'm farther away, which technically I don't care to be in the front anymore with those metal seats they give you. It kind of sucks. But let me see here. Of course, that's when Poison was
incredible, man.
You can see Rikki Rockett there, and I got a good picture of Motley Crue when they were on with Vince Neil. It was a kick-ass show, and the only picture I get myself, you can't really see it because I was covered. There's people behind me. That's my seat. I know you can't really see me in my seat, but you can tell there's nobody behind me except a worker to make sure that nobody gets around me. I mean,
epic.
And of course, I'm wearing my Paranormal Highway shirt.
Hell yeah!
So it was fun, and it was inspiring in a lot of ways. Sometimes I feel like I went in a full circle, in a way, because in 1987, yes, I'm older, people. In 1987. I went to my very first concert ever. Very first. I was like 14 years old. I went to go see Rat Dancing Undercover Tour. Okay? Rat. Back in the day, Rat was huge. And when I was 14, I thought I was top shit, because back in that day, people still thought metal music was the devil's music. So you looked down upon by people. You did. You don't know how many. When I wear a Rat shirt in school, teachers looked at it like you're the devil and stuff. It's weird. People don't realize that now. Now you wear whatever you want in school.
Yeah.
But back in the 80s, oh my God, you wear a metal shirt. They called you a metalhead like you're evil. Oh, it's a metalhead.
True.
Like
True.
Yeah, and you're like, what? I mean, nowadays nobody matters, but back in the day. But the very first band that opened up for Rat was Poison. So technically, they were the first band I ever saw live on stage, and it sticks with you because, like having sex for the first time, when you go to a show for the first time, because there was no social medias, you don't see concert footages unless you buy a videotape. So you saw nothing. So going in there, lights out, seeing a band on stage, it was amazing. It stuck with me. And seeing Poison opening up, like, it just felt like full circle. Like, man, I was 14 years old. The original guys still up there kicking fucking ass. And it kind of inspires you. And then when you look at their lives back, they believe in paranormal. They talk about paranormal, UFOs, just like us.
Yeah.
You know, it's so in a lot of ways, it's so cool. So I'm gonna play you a video of Rikki Rockett telling one of his paranormal stories on a YouTube channel called the man, I kind of wrote I wrote the wrong thing in my description. I can't believe that. I have to fix that. But it's called The Curse of the Here. I gotta fix that in my description. The Curse of the Limp Mansion. The Curse of the Limp Mansion. Here we go. This is Rikki Rockett, the drummer of Poison.
So this is the Lemp Mansion. It's here in St. Louis, a very beautiful historic area of St. Louis. And the whole thing is that 3 of the Lemp family committed suicide. Only 2 of them committed suicide here, and the other one committed suicide at a different house. Unfortunately, it's closed today because it is 4th of July, but we can walk around a little bit, and there's an incredible bell up here that I'm going to show you. The Lemp Mansion is at 3322 DeMino Place in St. Louis, Missouri. It's a historical house near Benton Park. It's also the site of 3 suicides by Lemp family members after the death of the son, Frederick Lemp, who William J. Lemp Brewing Company dominated the St. Louis beer market before Prohibition with its Falstaff beer brand. They say that the Lemp family mansion is the only truly real haunted house in all of America. I'm not so sure about that, but I do think it's haunted. One of the interesting parts about this house, and why I would really love to go in, is there's caverns and caves where they kept the brew cold. And some of the reasons were, I think after Prohibition, they may have kept a few things down there. Who knows? Not trying to implicate the dead. But supposedly this is very, very haunted. One of the most haunted houses in all of St. Louis, if not the most haunted. People that work here said that they're haunted by the ghosts of the Lemp family. Not just the ones that committed suicide, but even the one that died of a heart attack. And there was a boy that died, I think, at birth, if I'm not mistaken. There were actually 5 deaths here at the Lemp Mansion. One was a heart attack. But here's the really weird one, okay? There's a bedroom here where Charles Lemp committed suicide. He walked downstairs with his dog, shot his dog in the basement, then went up to his bedroom and committed suicide. He left a suicide note that read something like, "If I'm found dead, just know it was nobody but me." Anyway, his brother, Edwin Lemp, after he died, he sold the mansion, and he didn't die until in his 90s. And that ended the bloodline. And people say that he only lived to be that old because he left the evil of this house behind. Anyway, that kind of sums up the Lemp history a little bit. There's many more stories about it. To me, it's just a really beautiful, beautiful historic old building that I would love to visit one of these days. And I would love to stay here. I think it'd be really cool. So you come to St. Louis, check out the Lemp Mansion. Take care of each other and keep rock alive.
Think about that, guys. He's drummer Poison, and he's doing a video of the paranormal. It just tells you that Doesn't matter who you are. A lot of people are into this stuff. Now, I saw a comment here, Terry. You got to be. Are you sure? You have to be wrong. He goes, I saw the tour with Rat opening up for Bon Jovi. And the reason I'm bringing that up real quick is because Bon Jovi did not get popular until the third album, Slippery When Wet. And that came out in 1987. And Rat was huge in the early 80s with Out of the Cellar. So there's Bon Jovi be opening up for Rat back in, not now, not until after 1987. But before 1987, Rat was the king, was one of the kings of metal. Them and Motley Crue, because they came out like in the early 80s, and Bon Jovi came out in the early 80s, but they didn't make it big until Slippery When Wet, third album, 1987, when that broke through. And they were on tour with like Loverboy, which they were out getting the people the headlining act because they were becoming bigger. But if Rat opened up for Bon Jovi, I'd like to know when. That's interesting because Bon Jovi will be opening up for them. But that's a little side note. But it's kind of cool hearing a little history from Rikki Rockett. I mean, this tells you that there's more people than you think that believes in this stuff than we do.
You were speaking about Keith Richards. Keith Richards is a big paranormal believer. I've spoken to him more than once about this. He loves the subject. Good friends with my dad. Used to hang out in the studio all the time when my dad and my Uncle Ben had the studio. Big time into paranormal.
Oh yeah, and you sent me a cool picture of him. I'm going to show that
my
picture.
father and Keith. Yeah,
I'm gonna actually here. Let me just. That is just so awesome.
I got tons of pictures with them too.
And I'll show you guys the 30-second clip that I have when I get to the paranormal part. But that's
my dad and Keith Richards at a private party.
So awesome, and I can see you in your dad so much. That is just awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, I actually think in that picture my dad was holding him up.
I wish I had a bigger clip of Keith Richards talking about it, but 30-second clip. If that's what I have, that's what I have.
You know what? Next time I see Keith, my pop, I'll record him. I'll ask him if I can record him.
It just tells you that more people are into this stuff than we think, and all that. This was on a TV show. And hopefully, since I'm playing it live, YouTube doesn't think I'm playing the whole video. What happens is sometimes at a certain amount of time, if YouTube thinks you're playing a whole series on a TV show or something, they will not strike you. They'll shut you down
while you're live.
2 minutes.
Do you have a banner that says fair use to run across the bottom?
Yeah. And then this is Aurora Anderson talking to Vince Neil because the haunting of Vince Neil's daughter. So here we go.
Okay. This is not easy for me, but I have to tell you what I'm hearing. And please tell me if this makes any sense to you. I heard, Daddy, I'm swimming with the dolphins. I know it means something very deep to her and you.
Yeah, so her favorite house was our Malibu house. And it was right on the sand, and so it would make sand castles, but there's always dolphins swimming in front of the house. Always dolphins.
And do you remember any conversation? Did you tell her?
She just always loved the dolphins. She just go, Daddy, the dolphins.
She says, that's what she said, Daddy. I'm swimming with the dolphins whenever I want.
I'm going to play a little bit more of this. I'm pausing on purpose so YouTube doesn't think I'm playing the whole video. You got to think about that. You're in the moment, right? That's a tragedy that nobody should ever go through. It just sucks. But there's got to be some kind of a wow moment too for him, because you're sitting there, you're talking to a medium, and not anybody can say something about somebody's daughter that they know that they passed away. It was the well-known story that the daughter got a cancer like in the stomach, and she didn't make it. But when you say certain keys like dolphins, where he only knew, that's got to be like, wow, like because he never mentioned about dolphins when he talked about his tragedy. And the tragedy affected him very well. Part of him, I hate to say it, he was drunk one night. He got his one of his best friends from another band got killed in his vehicle. Living through that grief, feeling responsible, and then the drugs, of course, then losing your daughter, which the band he quit the band, which they got back together. So all that is so personal into him, but to be there at that moment, to just probably saying that word dolphin, I'm just imagining myself that I never want to be in that position. But my God, what? I know there's cameras. And remember, Vince, these guys aren't like actors. Yeah. They're musicians. They're actors on stage, but not in front of cameras.
They're performers,
They're
music.
Performers, not actors. And just, God, it's just got to be heartbreaking.
That's terrible, man.
It's just, God. And I'll play the rest. Like I said, I pause it on purpose just so they don't think I'm playing the whole thing.
I have to see where she fits in with this entity because they're two separate worlds. And this entity obviously has not gone to that light, beautiful space where she is. He's trapped, he's stuck, he's trying to live through you. She also just said to me, I had to help Daddy. That's why she came. He returned to his former home in Las Vegas, hoping to reconnect with the spirit of his young daughter that he tragically lost years ago. Exploring the home, we discovered that Vince had an evil spirit that attached to him in his childhood home and was draining his energies into a spiral of depression and addiction. But as we saw today, the unconditional love shared between the father and daughter was the help that Vince needed to start on the road to recovery. Often, it takes confronting our most painful experiences to remind us that the most valuable asset we have is the love and forgiveness we have for ourselves.
Now, I want you guys to know, when you hear stories about... Oh, hold on. Oh, that's that. Where you're possessed, evil connections are attached to you. Evil spirits and stuff, if you're into the stuff, you'll learn that they prey on the weak. And I'm not calling Vince Neil weak, but during that time when you're on drugs, when you're on alcohol, when you're kind of broken down, you're exhausted, and that's a lot of times that's when the attachment gets, because they got you. Because you're a lot of actors and actresses, yeah, you think they're high in life, but they're in a lot of depression because they can't be in regular public. I mean, look at Robin Williams and look at some of these people you never would have thought of. And Robin Williams is a comedian. You never thought he would have depression.
Never thought in a million years, man.
You never thought. And that's sometimes when connections, attachments is happen. You don't hear a whole lot happy go-getter. There probably is. Don't get me wrong. But they prey on the weak for attachment. And I wonder. I mean, goddamn! Look at here's the next singer, who I guess in the middle of doing something to himself, killed himself. Oh shoot! I'm talking about Jenny Lane of Warrant, where he got fired from his own band and got into drugs. He was on a VH1 show losing weight, and then he got better, but got in drugs, and then he was in a hotel room and stuff. So these depressions and stuff is so real. And what kind of ghost could he be after that? I mean, but to have a daughter to say hearing her saying that the daughter needs to help his daddy. My God. And he needed help. A lot of musicians need help. I mean, it's God, that's just, God, I hope we never have to do that, Anthony. Because you know we're family people, you know, and it's just, oh man.
You know, if anybody is struggling with depression or suicidal thoughts, reach out. There's always someone to talk to. Don't ever try to do harm to yourself. Reach out to somebody. We do. I know. As for myself and Eric, dealing with our friends in the chat every day, I know I care about you all. We may not see each other physically, but we see and speak to each other almost every day in chat and on our shows. So feel free to reach out to me anytime, and I'm going to drop a link in the chat. God forbid anybody's feeling that way. You know, you could reach out. There are places to help.
Just think about it right here in Seattle. Kurt Cobain, Chris Cornell of Soundgarden, Stanley from Alice in Chains, all took their lives, and all these people were on top of the world. So that stuff is so real and stuff, and it's all right to say, hey, I need some help. So go get it. And I'm not trying to bring people down. I apologize about that. But Vince Neil has been on a couple of shows about the ghosts. Like I said, he was on Ghost Adventures on an episode. And of course, if I play anything for Discovery Plus, boom, show's down. And if you guys watched that one episode of Ghost Adventures, I can't remember what season it was. He almost felt like he was having a heart attack in the bedroom. And the thing is about that story, when he felt that he about to have a heart attack, the person who died in that room died of a heart attack.
Wow.
I don't know if you guys know that story. And he didn't know the person died in that room with the heart attack, but he was feeling it. And he had no symptoms ever to have a heart attack. Now, is that blown out because of the show? I can't tell you that. I'm just going off of what was told to us. But that is, if that really went down like that, to feel the symptoms of the person who died, who not took his life, died of a heart attack, and you're feeling that's got to be that's got to be strange. And I've heard that from a few paranormal people that they felt things of how that person died, like, can't breathe and stuff. And that's got to be horrible in its own way too, to feel what the other person was feeling before that life is gone.
Oh, without a doubt.
It's just so if you don't think these musicians and stuff go through some of the stuff, they're into it. They're into it just like we are. And for him to go on these shows, he's into the paranormal. He believes in it 100%.
Oh, without a doubt.
So that's what I love about him, Rikki Rockett. They're into it, and I support that. Then this next one's kind of cool. This one is apparently Larry King and them doing a thing at Michael Jackson's what do you call that, Storyland house or whatever. Apparently they caught a ghost on camera, and it's supposed to be Michael Jackson. Neverland. And technically there is a small little connection with Michael Jackson with the stadium tour that I saw. If you want to know what that connection is, there is a Michael Jackson connection. That CeCe DeVille doing a guitar solo, and part of his guitar solo he did Van Halen Eruption, of saying thank you, Eddie Van Halen, because he passed away a couple years ago, for bringing us this great guitar playing to the world. So he played Eruption. Michael Jackson, he actually played guitar riff on the song Beat It. Actually, never took any points of the dollar he just did that guitar riff for Michael Jackson Beat It for free.
Wow.
And David Lee Roth used to bust his balls and say, dude, you would have had to make so much money because that song was #1 for weeks, and that guitar riff was you. See, there's a connection between all of this. So that's why I decided I could play Michael Jackson today's show. There we go. Michael Jackson, alleged ghost seen Larry King. Listen carefully.
Nico, Ted, All right, Larry, we're inside Michael Jackson's bedroom suite with Miko Brando, our tour guide here, and you're looking at the doors, and you can see the locks on the doors. Miko, privacy was key in this room, obviously.
Yeah, he liked his privacy. When the doors were open, you know, it was okay, but when he locked, he wanted his privacy.
Yeah,
he had his privacy.
This is one of the bathrooms.
Right there.
Oh shit!
Now, I did bring it up closer. I topped it up and then I zoomed in. So there is going to be a zoom in here, right there. I zoom in a little bit more too after this.
One of the bathrooms.
That's me zooming in. Right there. Now technically, that could be any ghost of Inside Land.
Oh yeah.
We can't claim that's Michael Jackson, but that was his home. He loved Neverland. I mean, he built stuff there, and I'm not going to get into all the kind of people he invited to his place. That's a whole nother story in itself. But,
Stop, Eric. Stop it, man. This goes Michael. Stop it, Eric.
But this is kind of cool.
So privacy was key in this room, obviously.
Yeah, he liked his privacy. When the doors were open,
they weren't there for that.
It was okay, but when he locked, he wanted his privacy. He had his privacy.
This is one
Now,
of the bathrooms.
if that ghost would have moonwalked across the hall, then I would have been like, "That's Michael, man."
Oh my God!
That would have been great if that ghost moonwalked.
Now the claims are that it was a reflection from the outside glass. Whatever. They're always going to be people. They're gonna say it's because of this, it's because of that.
Of course.
And like I said, that could be any kind of ghost of a place. I don't know if that place was built brand new for Michael Jackson, or when it was land. Was there people who died on that land? Someone doesn't have to die inside of a house. They could have died. People could have died on that land, and you basically just built the house over kind of the haunting, and they're going to adapt into it.
That property was enormous. That's an enormous piece of property.
Very enormous.
He had his own theme park on there. That's a great catch.
I know that is just.
I would like to see what's on the opposite side of those doors. I'd like to see how the house is situated.
Yeah, I wish. I wonder if somebody could find the original full clip of the Larry King, and maybe they did walk through it on the other side. Maybe you can see it, but strange things.
Well, if
now,
you look at the shadow on the floor,
you
you see the figure on the wall, and then you see the feet bent this way as if it's walking this way.
Oh yeah,
if it was coming from outside, the shadow angle would be the opposite way. Okay, so I think that figure is in the house. Even if somebody passed the windows on the left, if there are any, the legs, the shadow on the floor would be the opposite way. So
yeah. Now, guys, this is next video is it's one of those box sessions. I know that's sometimes not very exciting for people. I have a 3-minute of a box reset session that they're trying to contact Steve Clark. Steve Clark was the guitar player of Def Leppard, who's at the stadium tour, who died in 1991 of alcohol poisoning, which he was known to have major depressions because the father stuff that he was never good enough for the father. It was never good enough. He never do anything good. So it caused him where he passed away in 1991. And this is somebody that's trying to do a box session. I thought this is perfect for the show because the stadium tour, I'm trying to make a lot of connections with that tour. So here's a box session, and it just shows the box. So it's not that exciting, but it's for the show.
Hello there, YouTubers. My name's Charlie Chittenden. It is Monday, the 21st of January, 2019, and I'm now going to conduct a ghost box session with the intention of attempting to communicate with the spirit of the late guitarist Steve Clark. So I shall turn on the PSP-7 here, which is one of the most popular and most effective ghost boxes on the market. I shall go into reverse sweep, and we'll see what we can get. Are there any spirit beings present, please, who can bring forward the spirit of the late guitarist Steve Clark, please? Steve Clark, if you speak into this device, I can hear you. Steve Clark was born on the 23rd of April 1960 in Hillsborough, Sheffield, England. Steve Clark, you were one of the principal songwriters and lead guitarists of Def Leppard. Do you have a message for your fellow bandmates of Def Leppard?
Big lover. Okay. He was in a band. Just say one word in Rockett, right there. Rockett. You guys like, well, what's Rockett? What does that mean? Rockett was a huge song in Def Leppard Hysteria album called Rockett. Can't hold a woman. Now
Steve
that's
Clark
bad.
died on the 8th of January 1991, aged 30, in Chelsea, London, England, from alcohol poisoning.
Two meaningful things. Rockett, which is a
Steve Clark,
pop
you
song.
recorded on albums such as On Through the
Can't Hold
Night
a Woman,
and
that's bad.
Pyromania. Who is your favourite band of all time, please, Steve?
Let's say something here. Hold on. Beatles.
Beatles there.
And they're from London. Remember, these guys are from Sheffield. And all bands love Beatles.
The Beatles, I said.
Steve Clark, I come to you with the greatest of respect for you and with the greatest of respect for your family. Can you describe the afterlife, please, Steve Clark?
I mean, nothing else is really interesting on that, but there's some key words, like you said. Beatles, kind of like showing some intelligence of answering the question. Rockett, one of their top songs on the Hysteria album. Can't Hold a Woman. Well, yeah, I don't know what it's like being dead in the afterworld, but yeah, I'm sure you can't hold a woman. So I thought that was pretty neat. That was pretty fun. And, it's sad to lose such a talent, and it's, he's one of those guitar players that never had lessons either. He learned his own style, and everybody always said he had the most off style you ever saw because he used to carry the guitar too low, and it wasn't like your people from classes on how to hold it. He was good, and it's God, it's. I give that band so much credit, but just because, first of all, I mean, your god drummer, Rick Allen, loses an arm, could have been easily replaced, and who would have blamed the band for replacing him? But let him learn how to play drums. He went to electric drums to help him out. He learned how to play with his feet. Telling you that even your worst tragedy in life, you can learn to overcome it in different ways.
That's a legend.
I mean, and he's called Thunder God for a reason. To learn to, okay, I lost an arm, but I'm going to replace it with these legs as that part of the beat. It's just amazing. And then they're so amazing. Vivian Campbell is his replacement. Vivian Campbell was a very known guitar player. He was in Dio's original band with the Holy Driver album, and Vivian Cabin was so inspiring is Vivian Cabin is going through cancer therapy. He's going through cancer therapy. He's right there on stage. Anybody who knows going through a cancer therapy, your body's weaker. You get sick easy, and Rikki Rockett actually beat cancer. I mean, and let's not talk about how many near deaths Bret Michaels has. It's fucking amazing. That guy is still alive. Brain hemorrhage. His diabetes beginning of the tour, he was rushed to the hospital from a tour and still out there. I mean, these guys are brushing with death.
They love what they do, man.
They love it. And it's just so inspiring. You just got to keep doing it. You got to keep going. So so when people nowadays, they don't they make fun of 80s and 90s, fuck you. You can make fun of all you want. These fucking guys are
fucking 80s rock.
I'm sitting there, right? There was a time when I got respect for Kid Rock. Kid Rock punched. There's a sting that Kid Rock punched Tommy Lee in the face. Probably when Mother Cruz on there.
Deserved it.
Deserve it. I'm not saying, Tommy Lee's a asshole in real life. Not gonna kid around. But they're doing stadium tour still. I mean, it's just pretty amazing that you stick together, even when looks like the shit is crumbling down on you. You stick to your guns. You're gonna build back up. Because Kid Rock right now, nothing against Kid Rock. He can't do a stadium tour by himself no more. And here this group is. What I'm saying, guys, is we're all gonna hit our low points in life. Every one of us.
It's how you bounce back.
It's how you bounce back.
Yeah.
Keep strong, stay strong, and you're going to bounce back. So if you get anything from any of this today, you're going to hit your low point. We're all going to get it, but you're going to bounce back.
Happens to us all, man.
Now, we're going to get into the UFO part here. Woo! All right. Kieth Richards, he asked, this is only a 30-second clip. They ask him, aliens among us. This is Kieth Richards. Do we believe in aliens?
I can't wait. I can't wait to meet. I know that they're, but so what? I mean, let's hope they're there. We need some help. Who knows? I mean, I love the wonderment of it.
He said, I hope they're there. We need some help.
I told you he's big into it, man. I've spoken to him.
And it's amazing, honestly, that this guy is still alive, because this guy has lived the rock and roll life, and he's still fucking doing it.
He's done so much drugs, his body's preserved. He's half embalmed as it is.
Of the possibility of it, and I love busting old myths. Let's hope they are. I mean, I can't wait. Beam me up, Scotty.
Like I said, that was very short, but I liked it. It was kind of cool and all that. So I thought that was kind of cool.
That was dope.
Now I don't have any more related with the band and that kind of stuff now. It's hard to find even that. But there is an old clips here of people talk about their aliens stories in a way. From 80s and 90s and stuff. You can see when I play it, you can see some old footages. I thought, okay, it'll go with the show. And what it's called is TV satellite file number 282 UFOs 1988. So I thought, okay, 1988, 87 is when metal actually finally broke through in a way to the mainstream. They were never mainstream until, believe it or not, Poison, Every Rose Has Its Thorn, actually broke a barrier into the regular mainstream that kind of opened up the floodgates, saying, you know what, let's check out these other bands like Motley and Rat. And then everybody albums. It's weird to say that a ballad is what helped break through to the radio to be played on a mainstream level. And once you get mainstream, that's where all the money comes from. It's like hitting the pop world. Pop world is mainstream. Pop world is money, hands down. That's why Taylor Swift went from country to pop.
I can't believe how much money they lose, though, between management and people setting up the stage and the light. I mean, they lose millions. They get charged mega bucks for bullshit. It's crazy.
It is. It is. So here's some clips of some regular people talking about UFOs. National Archives.
This is no ordinary sighting of an unidentified flying object. These pictures, taken over a 6-month period in Gulf Breeze, Florida, are the most spectacular evidence of UFOs ever gathered. While some say the photos are fakes, that would not explain the fact that more than 20 people have reported seeing these objects on the very same nights. Charles Summerby describes what he saw in the skies.
No sound. There was no veering. It was a straight course. And halfway out over the bay, and so I've never seen anything like that. There were portholes. We saw portholes of light coming out of the portholes.
The man who took these pictures insists on remaining anonymous, so we'll call him Jim. We had a narrator read a transcript of our interview. Jim says his most threatening encounter with the UFOs occurred on this road. He says an object swooped over his car and sent out a beam of light.
And it came through the windshield, hit my exposed arms, and turned my skin to like it was asleep, but even worse. And then you don't have any feeling at all. I proceeded to panic.
Forced off the road, Jim fumbled with the camera, managing to snap this one dramatic picture. A noted optical physicist calculated the object was hovering about 3 feet off the ground. UFO? Photography experts say so.
What's that?
Is that the Gulf Breeze UFO? Gulf Breeze, Florida? That's what it looks like.
We go back a little bit. Let's see what he says.
Like it was asleep, but even worse. And then you don't have any feeling at all. I proceeded to panic.
Forced off the road, Jim fumbled with the camera, managing to snap this one dramatic picture. A noted optical physicist calculated the object was hovering about 3 feet off the ground. Photography experts say such a picture would be virtually impossible to fake.
Shooting out of the windshield of the car, through the windshield of the car, and being able to reproduce this object down the road, reflecting on the surface of the road, I feel would be very difficult to do.
But not everyone buys that argument. The mayor of Gulf Breeze is convinced the UFO reports are an elaborate hoax that are damaging to the image of his city.
I want to go on record as the mayor and express to all the population viewing this telecast that we...
That guy doesn't know shit. You know, being hey Terry, I respect everybody's opinion on bands, but let me just tell you something. I know a lot of people called the band Bubblegum. But I'm gonna tell you something. If they're playing live, all I'm gonna say is if you go watch them live, I'm guarantee you're gonna walk out differently because they know how to play live. They know how to play live. I know some people like Rock of Love, Brett, Mike. I'm just telling you, if you see them live, you're going to think differently because
there's nothing like seeing a live rock concert.
No, they are a live act, hands down, hands down. So that that was the 1988 old footage and all that, and I thought it was cool. I'm going to show one more video. This is just a video. I want to get Anthony's opinion on. I know I talked about this one before. NASA to join search for UFO, which I'd laugh at that title, but I just want to play it. I want to get Anthony's opinion on this.
Tonight, NASA accepting a mission that so far has proven harder than landing a man on the moon. Now hoping to help answer the mystery of UFOs with a new study.
I think it's really exciting. It almost feels like opening a new book.
NASA's announcement coming on the heels of a new office set up at the Pentagon to investigate top-secret encounters between pilots and unidentified aerial phenomena flying in restricted airspace.
There's a whole fleet of them.
But unlike the Department of Defense, NASA says their findings won't be classified and could even include reviews of videos captured by civilians.
What is going on right now?
Up until recently, public sightings have gone mostly ignored by the scientific community, like this video captured by a film crew in the Utah desert of an object moving at extremely high speeds.
Having NASA be able to apply the scientific method to this and really rule out what these aren't first and starting from there is huge.
NASA says they hope to eventually cross-reference credible sightings with solid data like satellite images or atmospheric records. But as for what they are...
So far, we've seen NASA say that there's no evidence that this is extraterrestrial life. But does that mean that it's not extraterrestrial life?
I'm a scientist, and if somebody asks me, is this extraterrestrial life? Frankly, at this moment in time, the simple answer is the right one, which is I don't know.
A promise to keep an open mind and boldly
don't
study
know, how do they know
what
it's
no
not
space agency
extraterrestrial?
has thoroughly investigated before. Gotti Schwartz, NBC News, Los Angeles.
And
That's what aggravates
this up. Because NASA joining the hunt for UFOs. Okay.
Good.
From behind, NASA looks into space. Billions of dollars of satellites that the taxpayers pay. I feel like it's like me going to KFC and they don't sell chicken, right? I mean, they don't sell chicken.
Well said.
And they're Kentucky Fried Chicken.
They're all out.
I mean, and they're looking in the skies. So
Constantly.
So what
24/7.
What are they just looking for? Meteorites? Armageddon? To
Eric,
blow
riddle
up
me
Earth?
this. If I can go out and Steve Barone in Vegas can go out and Cosmic Neighbors, right? And a handful of us, Brown Dwarf and all of us that search the skies, and we can film stuff. You're telling me NASA, that's got billions of dollars of equipment in the sky, didn't film anything yet? They don't have the answers to the age-old questions yet? Bullshit. They ain't telling us. Because A, they haven't reverse engineered it yet. B, if they got medical things that can advance on medical stuff, like cures for cancer and shit like that, they're not going to give it to the world because the pharmaceutical companies kick back too much money. So it'll never happen. They ain't going to tell us.
I know. It's just weird, Anthony. It's just like again, go to
Crazy.
Burger King and they have no burgers.
Yeah, right.
Burger King, no burgers. NASA, billion-dollar satellites. What, you're just looking at planets? And by the way, while you're looking at planets, you can't look for UFOs going
Tell me
across.
nothing ever flew by. I mean, I got footage of craft flying by the ISS. I mean, like danger close type shit on my channel. And you're telling me they haven't analyzed the shit out of that? My ass. Sorry, don't buy it. Don't buy it.
Long Reach 1. Go to Netflix. If you have Netflix, go to Netflix right now. They got the Randy Rhoads documentary up right now. They just released on Netflix.
Randy Rhoads.
And most people don't remember this. He was in Ozzy Osbourne, yes. But before Ozzy Osbourne, he was in Quiet Riot. He was the one that he is the sole finder of Quiet Riot. Not the lead singer who died. He is. And the documentary is so fantastic about Quiet Riot, and they can never make it. They did everything they can. Van Halen gets it big when Randy was there, like before Eddie was playing in the shows, and then he kind of, and what was so interesting about the Randy Rhoads thing is he did not like Black Sabbath. He actually did not like the band Black Sabbath. He was like, Ozzy from Black Sabbath? But he actually did. He actually did. The guitar player from Slaughter named Dana Strum was, before he joined Slaughter, he was like a producer in a way. He actually talked Randy Rhoads into doing a guitar thing for Ozzy. And Ozzy saw him like, this is the guy. So if you like documentaries, it's considered the unofficial documentary because Ozzy's group, Sharon, will not allow any footages from them. The footage they did have in that movie is they didn't own. It's so weird behind the scenes, but just...
I literally just uploaded a UFO video on my channel this morning that will seriously, if you're a non-believer in UFOs, this video will have you believing after you watch it. Guaranteed.
And let me give you guys that video link to that one because I want you guys to all go over there. Let me see here. I'm going to your channel now. Hold on a second. Let me share the screen. Unidentified.
One of our fellow members of our community, X1, filmed
42
UFOs
minutes ago, right
out
here.
of Arizona. He's flashing the sky with a flashlight, and these UFOs are lighting up in the sky and staying there, one after the other, and responding to his flashlight. I mean, unreal, man.
And everybody in the chat, I'm not going to play it because I want you guys to jump over there. I want you guys to jump over there to watch it and give him his thumbs ups and all that because that helps to get things going. So Yes, he was, Eric. His mother taught. See, told you. Randy Rhoads a master. He's a master. So go over there and check that out. He came out 42 minutes ago and all that. First of all,
Sick.
I want to thank you guys for showing up today. Also on Sunday, let me also. Oh shit! Hold on a second. Let me go back.
My new host.
Here we go. This is Sunday. This Sunday, he's got a show with Adam Begin, and I'm going to be on it with him.
Yeah.
So
Eric's
he
my
invited
host.
me on, which I'm privileged to be on. And can you, before we leave, can you tell us a little bit about your main guest, Adam, that's coming on your channel?
Sure. Adam Begin is a UFO historian. He's not new to the paranormal UFO world. He's fairly new to YouTube. He's a paranormal historian. He also goes to the locations where they filmed all our favorite paranormal movies, and he films like the houses that were in the movies, the film locations, and all of that stuff. And he'll tell you all about that. And he goes to all these haunted cemeteries, haunted houses, and films live on location. So being that I'm working with Eric on his show in the morning, I think it's awesome that I can have Eric work with me as a co-host on my channel as well, which is going to be dynamite, along with Connor when he's available. And this is going to be a real dynamite show. So come check out Adam. Let's give him a little love. Let's welcome him into the community. He's a dynamite guy. You're going to really enjoy his stuff. So come by this Sunday on Unidentified S4, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And my story is in the magazine. So if you guys want to go check out Paranormality magazine, they gave me a full page spread in the magazine, which I'm really excited about. So if you guys want to head over to Paranormality magazine, you guys can order one for yourselves. It's a great magazine. Very cool.
It's happening, guys. I mean, it's notifications. It's coming. It's happening. And I love doing this. I love sharing stuff, and I love when Long Reese says, "Oh, I didn't know that about Rhoads. You didn't." 75% of that documentary is with Quiet Riot. You'll love it. So I love it. We're all get to hang out, have fun. I hope you guys enjoy today, and I'll be back on normal Monday. And Monday is technically my day off, so I could go a little bit over past 7:30. But I actually gotta, like most of you, I actually gotta be at work in 30 minutes. But beyond that, guys, I appreciate you guys being here, and I want to see all you guys over checking out this video you just put up 42 minutes ago. And I want to see everybody there this Sunday.
Yes.
So beyond that, guys, have a great weekend. And the cartoon is coming soon. I get first look at it in a couple days. So see you guys later.